Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. It's been a while. Obviously been busy. International break came and went. That was a nightmare. But we were back yesterday. Manchester City versus Everton at the Etihad Stadium. Needed to get the points on the board, keep on moving. We're in really good form at the minute. The team are playing well. You know what I mean? Stark contrast to the beginning of the season where we demolished Wolves and then we had that blip against Tottenham and Brighton, and I think everybody went into a little bit of a panic mode. At the minute, it's looking good. We're getting points on the board. And yesterday, Manchester City 2, Everton 0. Good result, good win, another 3 points. And briefly, only briefly, we touched the top of the summit again, somewhere where a lot of rival fans and a lot of City fans said, I don't think Man City will be anywhere near it this season. But other teams are slipping as well. Everyone seems to be beating everyone. So consistency is the key. Watching this Manchester City team grow and improve in the last 7 or 8 games has been a joy to watch. The big fella, Erling, Superman, superstar. You know, he's really excelled himself this season. He looks proper, like he's on it. You know what I mean? I think last season, not winning a trophy, being very disappointing in the games last year, getting a lot of criticism. I think he's changed it up a little bit. And at the minute, he's unstoppable. For club and country, he's unstoppable. The numbers he's hitting are ridiculous. I think he's overtook Didier Drogba now in something like 148 games less. Somebody's told me he scored more than Van Nistelrooy already. So these players that we're talking about are legends of the game. This kid's still doing it, and he's doing it better than anybody's ever done it. So at the minute, without the big fella, you know what I mean, we'd be struggling. And I tend to agree with a lot of City fans messaging me last night. You know what City fans are like? We're winning. You think everyone will be happy. You think Saturday night, sit down, have a takeaway with the kids, watch the game again on Match of the Day, and I won't get no stress. But I'm getting, Steve, Haaland's the only one scoring. Steve, what if Haaland gets injured? Steve, if Haaland is injured, we've got nobody else. And I'm like, relax, people, relax. He's not injured. He's doing all right. And we've got players coming back. Yesterday, the starting lineup was announced. I think everybody was happy. The only question mark was Nathan Ake at centre-back because Gvardiol's been playing so well. But Josko said in a recent interview that he was tired. So I think Pep give him a rest. Nathan came in. Do I think the best partnership is Nathan Ake and Ruben Diaz? No. I feel like that ball Everton tried, that curved ball round to Beto up front, they could have got some joy with that because Ruben and Ake are not the fastest. But Nathan Ake is a very experienced defender. And like you say, he's been great for Manchester City. What he's done, he's never let us down. But he needs minutes. He's coming back from an injury. He needs minutes. So it was good to see him get out there. I thought Mateus Nunes, again, at right back, didn't put a foot wrong. I thought Nico O'Reilly at left back is growing so big into that role. It's unbelievable. I feel like Naori coming back from injury is going to struggle to get in because Nico is definitely making that position his own. Does he get quite out of position sometimes? I think so. But he naturally wants to attack. He's very offensive. But yesterday, I thought it was one of his best games. Nico O'Reilly, I thought he was sensational. He got the England call up last week. He didn't get any minutes, but he's in and around the England squad. I mean, only 2 years ago, he was playing against Charlie in a friendly, and we were talking to him at the side of the pitch. He's a very, very humble lad. He's a Mancunian Manchester City supporter. And there's no better feeling when you're in the stands watching one of your own play like that. And at the minute, Nico O'Reilly is he's starting to turn heads, and people are starting to notice how good a footballer he really is. And if his position lies at left back, then so be it. Because I think with the application and the dedication, and with Pep Guardiola as a manager, it could turn him into one of the best left backs we've seen. So at the minute, I'm happy with it. Got to speak about the Don, the big fella at the back, Donnarumma. Breath of fresh air. Said it a few times. Absolutely love the guy. Seeing him celebrate the goals yesterday with the South Stand, he loves it. He says all the right things. He's doing all the right things. He's keeping a clean sheet. Paris Saint-Germain fans, They're in turmoil because their new goalkeeper's dog shit, and I think they want him back. But it's got to be the best £26 million anyone's ever spent on it. The best goalie in the world for 26 mil. Hugo Viano. Fair play, son. But no, I think Donnarumma, again, kept it all together yesterday, especially Everton off corners. They're a very, very big team. He came out, he got his hand to a few of them, he caught a few of them. He didn't have an awful lot to do. I think Beto for Everton could have scored early doors. The cross from the right came across. He had to tap it in, but he stretched and it went wide. And then there was another one, I think they were offside, which Donnarumma saved. But other than that, Everton offered very little. But I do feel like Everton over the past few years have been a very, very poor side. I do feel like this Everton team is a lot better than what it was. Ndiaye, the number 10 for Everton, I think he's a great player. I'd definitely take him at City, me, as backup to Erling Haaland. That's no disrespect because he's the best striker in the world, Earl. But I think someone like him coming off the bench 20, 30 minutes could cause a lot of teams problems. He's very, very techie as well. I do like the right back, O'Brien. I know he's not, he doesn't look your traditional right back to me. He's massive. Looks like a centre back, but I like him. I think he's a big, powerful lad. I think he's good. Obviously, Dewsbury Hall in the midfield, steady player. That Beto up front's a handful and he will cause people problems, but I think Ruben Diaz, he liked to play against him yesterday, Ruben. I think he knew what he was coming, physical, get up against him, grip him. And we did all right, to be fair. But I thought City played well. I thought first half, we huffed and puffed. It was a little bit slower than what we used to. I thought like Doku was getting into some good positions, coming inside, laying it across. I feel like Foden in the middle of the park was ticking it along nice, keeping it moving, trying to dictate the play. Savinho first half was a little bit disappointing. I feel like his end product was lacking. I feel when he should pass, he shoots. When he should shoot, he passes. So we need to deal with that. But I think it was a frustrating first half. We should have scored near the end when Jeremy Doku, Haaland, Reinders and Doku broke. They passed it into Jeremy. It was right in front of me in the south stand. He side foots it, tries to place it where, for me, you've got to smash it. One thing I will say, though, watching Jeremy Doku play for Belgium on the right-hand side, I feel like he's so dangerous on that right-hand side. And if we go back to the Manchester derby, the first goal of Phil Foden, Doku found himself on the right-hand side and he put the cross in for Foden to score. Yesterday, he found himself on the right-hand side once, put a great crosser ball. I think it was Reinders missed it. I'm tempted to play Jeremy Doku on the right, me. Or in games, switch him for 10, 15 minutes to just confuse the opponent. You know what I mean? I don't know why Pep doesn't do that. 10, 20 minutes into the game, you're getting no joy. Swap the wingers. You know what I mean? Brian Orton used to do that with Nicky Summerby and fucking Peter Beagrin. It used to work. So, Pep, if you're watching, let's swap the wingers in the game, man. Just get Jeremy on that right. Get Savinho on the left. Savinho's second half on the left was better for me. But I don't think he will. He's a stubborn old mule. But anyway, we went in at half time. It was 0-0. The atmosphere amongst the crowd was quite flat. Then 3 o'clock kickoffs. I don't know if it's not enough ale inside you or what, but it was pretty flat yesterday at the Etihad. You know what I mean? It was pretty flat. I think we needed a spark to get it going. Then second half, we come out. We huffed and puffed a little bit. And then we finally got the goal. Nico O'Reilly gets his head up early, gets the ball in first time, which we've been crying out for. There's the big man, Big Earl, straight up, bang, header, 1-0. And like you say, the form he's in at the minute is unbelievable, and there's nobody on the planet can put a stick to him. You know what I mean? And he looks like he's enjoying his football, and we needed it. And it was a great goal, a great header, great cross by O'Reilly, 1-0. And then 5 minutes later, we go again. Savinho gets his head up finally on the left. I said before, he played better on the left. He sees Erling. He gives him a nice little layoff. Erling smashes it through a rake of bodies, and it's 2. And then you're thinking, job done. You know what I mean? Everton could always be a banana skin. You never know what you're going to get. We've had better teams against worse Everton sides, and we've ended up not losing, but we've ended up giving away points. So it was a very efficient performance. You know, it was a very patient performance. I thought we had to wait our time and bide our time. And one thing that's good with the City fans, we don't get on the backs. If it's not going our way early doors, we don't start groaning and mumbling. We know that it's coming, you know. You can see. And one good refreshing thing from yesterday, in my opinion, was the subs bench. To see Mamouche, to see Cherky, do you know what I mean? To see them options on the bench is something we've been crying out for. And to be fair, he brought Cherky on. And I thought in 10 minutes, little cameo, he's shown some fantastic glimpses. He's so techy, you know what I mean? His little back heels, his little flicks, his little inside of the boot, passing to Haaland, the little 1-2. And then the free kick that he took quick when Haaland made the run. I think there's only him and Foden see that. You know what I mean? If we've got somebody else on the ball there, I don't think they see it. And Big Earl should have got 4 or 5 yesterday. The 2 near the end, where it's ended up 1-on-1. Usually, if you stop that frame there and somebody offers you the chance to put your mortgage on it, that Haaland's going to score, you're going to back that. Unfortunately, he didn't. But we won 2-0 anyway. But Big Earl could have had 3 or 4. But for me yesterday, I thought the man of the match was Nico Gonzalez. I thought Nico had a great game. Is he Rodri? No. Is he as good as Rodri? No. He's a different player to Rodri. But what he is doing is he's breaking up play. He's winning important duels in the middle of the park, headers. And he's bringing it down and getting a little bit of calmness on the ball, turning inside, getting us playing. And that's what we needed. Kovacic, Gundogan last season, very, very defensive, very, very safe, very, very side to side. Nico, is he going to get caught in possession sometimes? I think so. Is he going to make mistakes? I think so. But that's because he's braver than them two. He's braver to try things, to bring it down, to play in tight spaces. So you've got to give him credit for it. And he's only a young lad. What is he, 23, 24? But at the minute, we know Rodri, he's doing a great job. So Nico Gonzalez, for me, yesterday, I thought was man of the match. There's 1 or 2 others, Nico O'Reilly, Big Earl. But I just thought, you know what, I'm giving him his flowers. Because there's a lot of people, especially with a mistake in Monaco, was like, what's he doing, blah, 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 blah. But yesterday, he was up against a tough midfield, Idrissa Gueye and that in there, and not fucking, you know, easy to play against. They're always ratting at you. They're always pressing. And I thought he did really well yesterday. So big up Nico Gonzalez. Be interested to see what you guys think. Am I overgassing it? Am I blowing a bit too much smoke up his ass? Or did he play that well? For me, with my own eyes in the stadium, I thought he did well. I watched it back when I got home last night and I still thought he played well. So I was very impressed with him. I was also impressed with Matheus Nunes. I feel like Matheus Nunes, you know, grows into the role. I do think Matheus has got that little bozo gene in him. But as far as positioning as a fullback, getting to the back post, making sure no one comes at that back post and taps it in, etc., etc., I feel like he's on it. And I feel like Pep's starting to trust him a little bit, and fair play. You know what I mean? He's another one he came as a midfielder, didn't quite make the grade. Pep said he wasn't intelligent enough, which must have kicked him in the bollocks. But he's proved them wrong and said, you know what, I'll play it right back. Give me the shirt. I want the shirt. And fair play to him. Other than that, it was a good win. It was a good win. We got the points on the board. And we're starting to cause a little ripple now. There's certain fans of other clubs who are starting to think, oh, hold on a minute. The Manchester City PTSD might kick in here. You know what I mean? This Man City team might sort of half be back. I'm not going that far. All I'm saying is we keep on moving. We don't get giddy. We keep on moving and we keep on rolling. And with the players coming back, Naori, Cherky, Mamouche, etc., Rodri, it can only be a good thing. It can only be a better thing. And I feel like this Manchester City team have got another couple of levels in us yet, which is frightening. It's frightening. I do feel like the striker issue, if Haaland did get injured, you know, that could be a problem. But maybe in January they might tweak it again, you know, because this is a rebuild. We are on the verge of, you know, we are still rebuilding. So I think January it might happen. 1 or 2 might leave. Some might come back. But we never know. One thing I want to say this week, if you've seen it all on social media, the Big Six show, which if you don't follow the Big Six show, you need to. I was asked a question on there. I think Big Steve, the Man City fans and the Man City team are scared of Arsenal. And then I had my little rant on it. Nobody's scared of Arsenal. Anyway, it's gone viral. People are crying in the comments. People are calling me every name under the sun. You know what I mean? Which doesn't bother me one bit. I'm used to it. You know what I mean? And if they wasn't calling me names, I'd be worried because I know then I'm getting under the skin, and I know then that they think Man City are a problem because they need to throw names at me. That's great. But one thing that rattled them more than anything in the world that rattled these Arsenal fans, one tiny thing that rattled them was this. Me tapping that trophy. They don't like it. They've had a meltdown. And apparently on Twitter, I'm getting ripped apart, which is fantastic because I'm not on Twitter. So keep doing that. But first of all, let me confirm, it's not plastic. It's steel. Yeah, it's steel. Second of all, it's not in my living room. Yeah, it's not in my living room. This is my man cave. Yeah. Do I take it to bed with me sometimes? Yes, I do. I like to give it a cuddle and that. And if I want to spend my money, yeah, my hard-earned money, on doing up a man cave in my house as tribute to Manchester City, and to put the Champions League trophy there, but every day I can walk down the stairs and I see it, it reminds me of Istanbul and the beautiful journey we went on that season. I can do, people. And no little Tarquin who sits in fucking North London singing North London forever in his chinos with his little fucking latte is going to tell me any different. Because some of your fans, who I know personally, have got that little gold trophy, the tiny one that you won for the Invincible. Replicas of that knocking about their gaff. But they haven't got that. But they crave it. And you crave it, Arsenal fans. So if you want to come round and bring the kids and have your picture with it and that, you can do. You know what I mean? I'm a nice guy like that. Do you know what I mean? I'll bring it. I might bring it to the Emirates with me, actually. You know what I mean? Next time we play Arsenal at the Emirates, I might bring it. You know what I mean? And then you can, I'll meet you somewhere, get your picture with it if you want. But don't get upset about it. Don't get upset because I'm spending my own money on that. And here's another one they said as well. This is a belter. He thinks he plays for the team because he's got a replica trophy. Well, I'm sorry. I'm 44. I'm overweight. My footballing career was over at 24. Broken legs. You know what I mean? Hey ho. So I don't think I play with a team. But what I do, I support this team. I go everywhere, home, away, everywhere. No matter what country we're in, no matter what the flying situation is, I'm there. And I still do that when I work and I've got a family. Because apparently I'm a virgin. I've not got a missus and I've got no kids. It's also a lie. But hey ho, it's Arsenal, innit? We know they like lying. You know what I mean? But I just like to say, this trophy is now going to be in every one of my videos because I know it burns them. So I can't wait for it. But the context behind the trophy, I'll tell you a quick story. When I was growing up, one of my best mates is a Man United fan, unfortunately. He's a prick. And when they won the treble, he bought the treble, the full-size treble, like this. And every time I went to his house, I had to see it. And then he used to say, do you want a picture with it? Do you want to have a picture? And all that shit. And I used to say, I'm not touching it. I said, one day we'll win it. And he said, you won't. And I went, and I'll have it in my house. He went, fucking no chance. No chance. So the day we won it in Istanbul, I bought myself one. And that's the context. Because that bastard has rubbed that trophy in my face for years. So now I've got my own. And if that upsets Tarquin and Cuthbert and fucking Gunner King and Gooner King and fucking all them accounts, whoever they are, then fucking great. Can't wait. I've just made a TikTok and I've just made a reel on Instagram about it as well. So hopefully that'll get traction today in Burnham. But hey ho, one day. But other than that, Blues, it was a good win. We've got Villarreal coming up this week. I'm not going myself. I promised I will never go to Villarreal again. It is a shithole. I went Benidorm last time, went on the coaches, went there. The worst away end I've ever been to. Shite. So I'm not going Villarreal. I will be at Swansea though. I will be at Villa Park. I think I'm going to Bodo Glimt. So Villarreal, not for me. But everyone travelling to Villarreal, enjoy it. Please hit a like. Please hit. There's a new thing called Hype where you can hype up the video apparently. Please do that. And please leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Am I a 40-year-old virgin because I've got a steel replica in my man cave, in my own private man cave? Bear in mind, I don't drink. I don't sniff me back out in my mate's kitchen like a lot of them fucking Arsenal fans do. I've just decided that I wanted to bring something to my man cave that makes me smile, gives me a bit of joy. You know what I mean? Do I get the full kit on with shin pads and captain's armband and lift it in? Yeah, I must admit I do. Sometimes I do that. Yeah, full kit, boots, captain's armband. I recreate the trophy lifting here. But listen, what you do behind closed doors, people, it's none of my business, and it's none of your business too. So anyway, on that note, yeah. On that note, it's a bit heavy. I'd just like to say that I've checked, yeah, and I can't see Arsenal's name on it. Up the Blues. There's all sorts of pop-ups coming up now on my phone here. Up the Blues. Keep checking. No Arsenal. Never seen it.